The 2009 District of Columbia quarter is a coin that many people spend every day without even thinking about it. But some of these same coins can be worth very big money today if they have certain rare features that collectors search for and pay a lot to own. The regular 2009 District of Columbia quarter was made by the United States Mint with the letter P on the coin to show it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, and this coin is worth only 25 cents if it was used as normal money. But in some special cases the value can go much higher, even into the thousands of dollars at auction if the coin has a real rare error that people want to buy and collect. In 2009 the United States Mint made a series of 6 quarters to honor the District of Columbia and 5 U.S. territories. The District of Columbia quarter has a picture of a piano, and the name of the famous musician Duke Ellington on the back of the coin. Almost all of these coins were made for regular spending, so most of them you find in pocket change are only worth the face value of 25 cents, or a small amount more if they look very new and shiny. The U.S. Mint made many millions of these coins, so they are common, and this means most of them are not worth a lot of money. When a 2009 District of Columbia quarter is in regular used condition with scratches and wear from spending, the value is usually about 25 cents, the same as its face value. If the coin has never been used and still looks sharp, bright and mint fresh, it might be worth $1 or $2 to a collector who wants a coin in good shape, but even then the price is not very high compared to some rare era coins. The regular uncirculated 2009 District of Columbia quarter in strong condition can be worth around $1 or a little more in an auction, or when sold by a coin dealer to someone building a collection. Most people will never see one of the rare era versions of this quarter, because these special coins are much less common than the ordinary ones. One of the rare and most talked about errors is called a double die error, and this type of error sometimes shows very clear doubling in the letters on the coin or other parts of the design that were struck twice by mistake. Many collectors pay close attention to this kind of question because it can make the coin much more valuable than the normal version. The very famous double die error for the 2009 District of Columbia quarter comes from the Denver Mint version, known as the 2009 D double die reverse, but collectors also look for double die errors on the Philadelphia Mint version as well. The double die error means the die that strikes the coin was impressed more than once with a slight shift in position, so the letters or images appear doubled. This error must be strong and easy to see to add major value, and collectors use magnifying glasses to look closely at the wording like Ellington or the piano keys to find the double detail. Most of the time when people talk about ultra-rare modern U.S. coins, they mean examples that have errors and are in very high uncirculated condition. The common 2009 District of Columbia quarter without errors in average condition sells for only around 25 to 40 cents. And even if it has never been spent, it might only be worth about $1 to $3 to collectors, depending on its condition and market demand. These values are based on recent auction results and price guides that show ordinary examples do not sell for big money unless there is some unusual mistake on the coin. The real value for the rare era versions can be very significant. For the dramatic double die reverse error known as FS801 on the 2009 D District of Columbia quarter, the value depends on how perfect the coin is and whether it is certified by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. If the coin has minimal wear and strong error features and is graded at a high grade like MS66 or higher, auction records show values between about $3,000 and $5,000 for certain examples. One recorded auction sale with an MS67 graded example brought about $3,099 at auction, and some guides list values up to roughly $4,500 or more for the top coins in perfect condition. In simple terms, this means a rare double die 2009 District of Columbia quarter in very good condition can be worth thousands of dollars today, far more than the quarter face value of 25 cents. In contrast, a normal 2009 quarter from Philadelphia minted without error will likely never be worth more than a few dollars unless it has some unusual condition or is part of a set. The rarity and strong doubling on letters like Ellington is what makes the error version exciting for collectors and what pushes its auction value so high. There are also other types of errors that can make these quarters worth more than normal, but usually not as much as the double die error. For example, Coins that were struck off-center, where the design is shifted toward one side and missing on part of the coin, can be valuable, and coins with feeds or scratches from the minting machine like feeder finger errors or wrong planchet errors have been sold at auction for hundreds of dollars in some cases. One collector paid about $420 for a 2009 P quarter with a large feeder finger error, and another auction sold a 2009 PDC quarter on a wrong planchet for around $810, showing how different errors can add value depending on how severe the mistake is. If you have a normal circulated 2009 P District of Columbia quarter in everyday condition, it is best to keep it as a fun collectible, or for spending, because most coins like this are not rare. But if you have a coin that looks unusual or different, the first step is to look closely at the coin with a magnifying glass and compare it to a standard example to see if the letters or design appear doubled or shifted. In many error coins the difference is very subtle and requires practice to spot, so careful examination and comparison is important. Collecting coins can be a hobby that teaches you patience and attention to detail. Many collectors enjoy searching through rolls of quarters or looking at coins they find in everyday change to see if any of them have errors or unusual marks. Sometimes people find coins with small mistakes that are worth only a little more than face value, but occasionally someone finds a real rarity that can be worth much more and becomes part of a serious coin collection. It is also important to know that if you believe you have a rare error coin with high value, it is best not to clean or polish it, because cleaning can reduce the value dramatically. Instead, hold on to it in a plastic coin holder or flip and consider having it professionally graded. Professional grading companies will assign a grade that describes the condition of the coin and the strength of the error, and coins with a verified high grade and clear error details sell for more at auctions. Many serious collectors will not buy raw coins that have not been authenticated because grading gives confidence in the coin's condition and makes it easier to sell later if you choose. When evaluating the worth of your coin, consider that the market changes over time with demand and collector interest. Some coins that sold for high prices a few years ago still hold strong value today, and rare error quarters like the 2009 D double die remain some of the most sought after modern errors among collectors. You might hear different value ranges online, but verified auction sales and reputable price guides give the best idea of what collectors are really paying. One thing to remember is that the highest values on record are for coins in very high uncirculated condition with eye-catching errors and strong doubling that is easy to see without doubt. Coins that have been worn or have minor doubling that is hard to see are worth much less, and many only sell for small amounts above face value. But even modest error coins can attract interest from hobbyists who want to add interesting pieces to their collections for a modest price, sometimes $5 to $20 or more, depending on the type of mistake. The 2009 P District of Columbia quarter can be a fun coin to look at and study because it connects everyday money with the world of coin collecting and rare numismatic errors that can be worth big money. Even if most of the coins you find are common, knowing which details to look for will help you notice something special if it ever appears in your hands, and that experience alone can make collecting coins exciting and rewarding. Always remember that coins have values set by collectors and auction results, which means the price can go up or down depending on interest and rarity. Some error coins from 2009 have real value today, especially the 2009 D double die variety with thousands of dollars in auction sales, and others are worth small amounts but are still interesting pieces of modern United States coin history. By learning how to recognize the differences and what to look for when examining coins, you give yourself the chance to find something truly special in your pocket change or coin box. Thanks for watching this video and learning about the 2009 P District of Columbia quarter, its history, and why some versions are worth very big money today. Keep checking your coins carefully, and maybe one day you will find a rare error that surprises you with its value and beauty.